Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 Report. I'm your host, Johnnie Market. You all know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Just a little disclaimer, nothing should be construed as financial investment advice. Just my opinions, thoughts on the markets. And leave more below. I have two disclaimers. You can read those below. Investing involves risk. So, anyway, and what I was gonna say also, just disclaimers and everything. Difference between me and a lot of YouTubers, wherever I mean it. I mean, if it's not your decision, whether it's me or a financial advisor, I don't care who gave you the idea, don't do it. If you're gonna blame whether it's your broker or whether it's me or name that YouTuber, I don't like calling influencer. I'm not influential. Uh, Name that person. So I don't like calling myself an influencer. Name that person, then just don't do it. I mean, I swear that I can't stress that enough. It's not your decision. Do not do it. I don't want you blaming someone else for a problem. So anyway, let's get into today's stuff. I'm just gonna go talk. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. And I just want to I'm just gonna talk about one of the comments I said. I didn't really want to put all this in writing, so I just sort of don't worry, I'm not attacking the comment at all. I don't do that. So just saying my thoughts on it. So thank you for commenting. Nobody wants to go there. It's too expensive. Started years ago. And says everything's expensive. Parking, car to food, resorts fees. I agree. I hope those casinos go bankrupt. They are greedy. They've been very corporatized over the last 10 years. But if you look at it, I mean, have you been to a major city other than Vegas? I mean, everything's damn expensive. I'm out here on the East Coast, and I'll tell you this: parking, yeah, it's expensive. Car, really damn expensive. I paid off my car loans. This is one of the reasons I paid off my car loans is I was going to have, including my wife's and our fees for and my loan for the family, we're going to have $1,400 in car loans a month. And so when gold hit 3,000, that's one of the reasons I paid them off. It basically not only did I take some profits, but it saves me 1,300 a month. Just now, some of these were royalty and streaming on the really upswings. They've performed very well, and so I wasn't going to sell the juniors or mid tiers. Just my opinion. But yeah, the car loans. I saved my family around 1,300 a month since I think March, just paying off the loan and the interest. So yeah, I mean everything. I mean, I go out, go parking, and I see it's like $20 an hour, 15. I gotta go hustle and bustle on the street, get that Park Mobile app. It's not that bad. I mean, maybe there's not places like that in Vegas, but I mean, there's always places like every state. I've lived in multiple states and everything, and Colorado Silver, that's my boy. It's like my number one fan. I should actually, if I knew who he was, I should mail something like a silver eagle to him for his support. It's my boy. Anyway, then the other thing, Vegas is not what it was 10 years ago. I mean, go to a major city. Detroit used to be the Paris on the prairie. I mean, that's hardly any cities were what they were 10 years ago. Uh, Nothing great about living there either. Healthcare, I mean, I paid about 10K in healthcare recently. So I mean, yeah, I know what you can, I know what you mean. Horrible schools, I mean, that's a lot of America. Utilities, yeah. HOA fees, property taxes. I mean, have you seen Florida? Home insurance, car insurance. Oh yeah. I mean, my car insurance actually has leveled out. So, but crime goes up. Like, oh yeah, crime. Any major city. More expensive every year, more congested, whew, more unsafe. I mean, sounds like the average American city. So, I mean, and so I'm gonna go on Vegas, just stop my share real quick. And my thing about Vegas is like a lot. I mean, I was reading after I did the thing and I was looking at it and I was like $50 for breakfast and all this other stuff. And it goes to show how dumb and this is why I think we need higher interest rates because the people who run a lot of our businesses and corporations and what they need to go bankrupt. Businesses have been so brainwashed to margin, uh, increase, increase that they don't realize sometimes lowering your margins is good for your business. They're like, oh, how is that good for the elites listening? How's that good? You make less money every sale. Yeah, but you make it up on volume. That's the thing. You lower your margins, you lower your prices, and you make it up on volume. You make it up on volume. You allow more people to come into the market. So when you're in a bad economy like this one, yes, you lower your margins, you make it up on volume, and then when the economy gets good, and you have a lot of people because they're like, oh yeah, they kept prices low during down times. You build a brand. This is how you should build businesses, but business leaders don't think like this. Maybe you think like that, or maybe you think like that consciously, but then when you actually go into work and go put into practice, you don't. I actually do because I was in a bullion business, and I clamored for our company to lower prices, and I was always yelling. We eventually won that battle because, yeah. And so what happened? I'm just basing on my experience. We had troubles around 2013, 14. And of course, the whole sales team was like, we got to lower our prices. We got to lower our prices. And of course, the company I work for kept saying, no, we're fair, competitive. And I was like, yeah, right. Anyway, what happened? We made more money the next quarter. And the funny thing is, they're so hyper fixated on hitting the home run. They're like, I didn't even have analytics. I didn't have anything. I mean, I do talk to people on the phone. They're like, we didn't increase any of our big orders. How come we actually lost money on big orders? How do we make more money on profits? And I went, did you look at our medium and small sized orders? And they're like, oh, these ones that are the middle. Now, of course, when you're dealing with precious metals, most of them are very rich. So they're a small order there might be like a really big order for you listening. Like a small order is like 8K, like anywhere from 8 to like 30K. And I was like, we won, and that's where we won most of a big order is like 100K or more. And that's where we won. I was like, did you check any order 5,000 and below 100K? And they were like, and then they realized, oh, the 5 to 15K orders. That's where we really increased. And I'm like, yeah, it was a damn ripoff. So anyway, they really thought just by and that type of mentality is in the US. They really think as long as like the top 1% are doing well, meaning the top 1%, I don't even mean in wealth. I mean like in talent and everything else they're gonna carry our nation. That's not the truth. You need like sports, you need role players, you need everything else. And there's a lot of people who think that in sports. And that's why they're stupid. You need role players, you need depth, and sometimes they can be a liability because of attitude. So anyway, that sounds they're so hyper fixated on massive margins and massive what they should be doing is you lower your margins during a recession. And the reason why is you want lower prices. You need to get people in traffic. The best example is I would go in, I'd see all these restaurants, happy hours 3 to 6. I'm like, and all restaurants where I live are just shutting down like none other. And it's not all because of the economy. They're stupid. And I was like, seriously? You need to get foot in the traffic and all your specials are when people are at work? The only people that can actually walk into the restaurant at a time, they're unemployed. You need people that actually can eat out and have the means to eat out. So what they should be doing is have these happy hours. And the restaurants that I know of that I like that aren't struggling, their happy hours are from like 4 to 8. or 4 to 9. I was like, yes, when people get off work and actually have time to go to the bar, when they have time to go, you put your drink specials. And then some restaurants are surviving and they have happy hour every day. They don't just have it Monday through Friday. They have it on weekends when people actually have time off to go. They want to go out, but they need a good deal to go out because they can't go out. And that's the thing. And then as the economy gets better, you can increase your margin a little bit. And then when the recession comes, you lower. Like that's how it should work. And I remember I was working, I was like lower or and to show how stupid people are. I remember I left my company at that afterwards, Precious Metals. And I was talking to people and I was like talking to old coworkers, like, yeah, they want to raise prices again. I was like, are you joking? Did they not realize they're like, yeah, well, we're not making enough money. Well, did it ever occur to them they raise prices, they're gonna lose customers? And they're like, no, and it's never occurred. So and that's why they're going to the government because they can they don't have to worry. That's why like you look at Elon Musk, Microsoft, and this is all this AI is government contracting. Really, it's not a free market. It's not a market thing. So that's what I'm gonna go. That's what I was going. But talk about these tragedies. Here's another tragedy. It's just been on my mind. I'm gonna talk about it. I went to two, like one is a Cheesecake Factory the other day, and the other is this restaurant on the waterfront and everything. I've been wanting a good Caesar salad. And I mean, you can't find. I live in like the richest zip codes and whatnot, richest counties in America. You can't find a good Caesar salad anywhere. This is a national tragedy. I mean, they give these little itty bitty croutons. It's like you have to bite them like you're a damn rabbit. Like, and you go in and it's like, I mean, this is the easiest thing to make: romaine lettuce, Caesar dressing, croutons. And I'm talking about those big, crispy croutons. And then the Parmesan cheese and like the nice, not too thick, but not little itty bitty thin. Like if you go to the grocery store, like go to like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, and there's crappy Parmesan you get in like the craft cheese or whatnot, but then there's like really good. I mean, you can serve that, but I mean, some of it's actually pretty good. They have like the organic or naturalized. I mean, this is the easiest thing to make, and you can't get a good one anywhere. Shows how incompetent, you know, everything has become. It's not just Vegas. I mean, my wife makes the best Caesar salad. In fact, I wanted a good Caesar salad. She felt so bad for me for those two things. She made me a Caesar salad. Oh gosh, it was good. I ate the whole thing. Oh, fantastic. But this is a national tragedy. Not everyone has a wife like I do. My wife's not even American, so very few Americans have the access I do. So this is a tragedy and it needs to stop. I don't know. If I were president, I would have the FDAA and I would have a hotline. If you are cheesecake or above in a restaurant, you serve a Caesar salad and it stinks, we'll shut you down. We'll shut you, maybe not shut you down, but you can't serve the Caesar salad. We will throw you in jail if you serve it like that again. I mean, it's a tragedy. Talk about making, I mean, that's one thing America did really well. The Caesar salad. Now, it's a tragedy. So anyway, let's get back into the markets. And that was the one thing about Vegas before Vegas. I just got to add, when I went there, there's one place didn't serve a Caesar salad. My friend, he got me hooked on Caesar salad. And he would always be like, yeah, can I start with a Caesar salad? And he's like, anyway, we went to a restaurant. They didn't have a Caesar salad. He's like, how do they not have a Caesar salad? And then, they went, you can go one night without a Caesar salad. Anyway, but that's the thing. Vegas, if they didn't do it right, they just didn't do it. Anyway, let's get back into the markets. Enough about my rants about it is a tragedy though. The Fed is expected to cut rates. Yeah, go figure. Like, the economy's horrible. Trump even says he wants a jumbo rate cut. It's only a matter of time. Even if Jerome Powell doesn't do it, which if I were Jerome Powell, I just want to do it. I just want to do it. I just say no, we're not cutting rates. And then when I resign, if Trump wants to assign someone to cut rates, we'll do it. But anyway, they're going to cut rates, and I expect bigger than the jumbo rate cut. I think another stimulus is coming. They're just waiting for the excuse. And here's the thing, look at this. Most HR leaders conducted serial layoffs within the past year. Well, how come we have some positive job numbers? Literally, most HR leaders. That means most. That means the majority. That means the majority of companies, the majority of governments. Everyone has HR. Most HR leaders conducted serial layoffs. This article, and this is published 15th. See all these people being thrown out of their jobs. And it's not just private sector. State Department, think what you like, but I mean public and private, most HR. So why do we have any positive job numbers? They're fake, they're gone. I don't even need to read the article. So, and this is just another tragedy. And I saw more employers are giving workers money to buy their own insurance. Now, I'll just say this. I've been in this. I've had this. They call it a stipend. And family, my wife used to have it, one of her old jobs. It's the biggest damn scam I've ever seen. Health insurance, these stipends that they're talking about in this article are not nearly, I'm not even going to show the article or anything it's about it because it's a scam. It's not even nearly enough to cover health insurance. This is worse than anything. If I'm going to have crappy healthcare, I don't want to pay for it. Honestly. I mean, this isn't even like, I mean, first of all, I've experienced European healthcare. It's way better than American care. And it's socialized and it's run by the government. I'm not saying socialized medicine is the answer, but I'd rather not have to pay any insurance premiums, insurance fees, pay $900 or $1,000 a month because I pay for my own health care. And I mean, it was $900 a paycheck. I paid for my family $2K a month. Luckily, my wife has a job, so she can pay for her health care. So she got a new job, and the job actually pays for it, so she doesn't even pay for it. So our health insurance costs have come down a lot, or a good amount. Maybe not. I would say materially amount. I wouldn't say, but I'd rather just not pay. I'd rather just not pay for it, pay a fee or a user tax. They don't tax the hell out of you like they say on conservative media. How do I know? My wife's European. I know how the system works. I'd rather just not pay for it. And I mean, the quality is the same. All right, maybe if you need a major operation or whatnot, but still, for how many people need a major operation? Very few. And not only that, those people, they don't come to America to get their major op. They go to Asia now. So, anyway, and their major operations are actually not bad. I have in-laws that got them, so, and they're doing fine. But this stipend's biggest scam. I mean, I don't know exactly. I think asset price deflation is part of stop propping up prices, stop propping up home prices, property prices, allow deflation to make its source. I think that's part of the solution. But yeah, this is a scam, and the press is, look at this. Do-it-yourself insurance is making inroads with small business. Yeah, we're going to screw you over on your health insurance. So you have a $9,000 medical bill, cash to buy their own health insurance. It's barely anything, barely covers any of the cost. I've been through this. In fact, my wife, she actually doesn't like buying from small businesses anymore because of this. Non-tax. I mean, you're if you have to pay for your benefits, I'm not a tax advisor or anything, but I've had to do it myself. If you have to pay for your own health insurance through the work, it's uh pre-tax. Like, I mean, based on my experience, I don't know. So giving employees more. Yeah, this is the biggest scam. And look at how it's something for small businesses. Yeah, it's and getting tax-free money from their employer to pay for it. Yeah, we're gonna absolutely rape your paycheck so you can't afford rent and everything else. It's a damn joke. More things on the economy. Florida beach cities are now ghost towns. I talked about this. Canadians travel here. They're not here anymore. Lost its appeal forever. I don't know. Nothing's ever forever. So, more on the AI bubble. Why Texas backup plan is a warning sign for grid operators. And here it is. They say AI is so great, but Texas is preparing to cut off power to data centers during power grids emergencies. Well, Texas regularly has power grid emergencies, so they have deadly floods and disrupting infrastructure. So I said it on this channel. This AI thing's a farce. We don't have the power. We shouldn't be investing in it. And it's not going to work. It's going to fail. So anyway, last thing, inflation, while the economy's cratering, coffee prices keep surging, and it's likely to get worse. Coffee prices are up 14.5% from a year ago. If you ask me, that's the real inflation number. So anyway, remember, nothing should be construed as financial investment advice. Just my opinions, thoughts on the market, forward guidance. I haven't looked at the data or anything, but I think short-term stock market still going up, warning signs, but gold, I think it's in sort of a bullish consolidation. I think it's in corrective for now. Could go down some in the short term, but I think one more upswing's coming. That'll probably be the blow off. Who knows? It could go up to 5K, 6K. I don't know. Maybe it might just go up to 4K. Maybe it'll consolidate down to 3,000, or maybe it'll go up a little over 4K. We'll see. The market will tell us. Anyway, remember, not financial investment advice. Disclaimers below. I'll see y'all next video.